So, kind of last question I got here for you, Stephen, is how has the COVID pandemic affected the housing market over these last couple years, and what changes can we expect to see in the near future?
Oh yeah, COVID is so unique in the sense it brought a lot of unnecessary buyers out. Right? It draws so much attention to the housing market. I just thought it was super ridiculous. Like I did not realize how many people with a lot of money came out of the woods when COVID happened. You get people outbidding each other like nobody's business. I mean, depending on where you live, Southern California, specifically San Diego and LA market, which is crazy. People are overbidding on these $1 million properties. It might be a little bit different when you're in Ohio and your average home is $300K, but you have to realize COVID made more people come out bidding on $1 million properties than any other markets. And now that kind of COVID is kind of over, and it really affected everybody, including myself as agent. A lot of these agents are selling these properties. They have no clue on how to write up the contract. A lot of these agents are just, oh, here's the paperwork, just sign here, and then we'll put whatever price on it. That is not how the market is treating agents as of right now. A lot of agents are actually exiting the business, for a matter of fact. You probably know a lot of these agents are, if they're a top performer, they're a top performer. But if they're not, then they're out of here, in the sense that they're not doing this business anymore. But yeah, COVID made it crazy. Crazy prediction. People were like, oh, rates gonna go 7%. 7% is gonna stay there for like a whole year. Or rates didn't. Rates changed. Right? You know, like rates changed so dramatically. So that's kind of like my perspective. COVID made, to say the least, COVID made things interesting for both buyers and agents as well.
Yeah, that's a great insight, and you brought up something there. It's a little bit off topic from the question, but for the viewers, explain why it's really important that you have a great real estate agent, such as yourself, really navigating them through a purchase contract or a purchase agreement, because as we both know, there's a lot of moving parts inside of that. But since you brought that up, just kind of go a little bit more in depth why you really need to work with a real estate agent that knows the paperwork inside and out to make sure that our clients are very, very well protected.
Yeah, the biggest thing I think is you gotta have somebody, a professional, looking over those contracts, looking over the whole process, because I think a lot of clients thinking, oh, I can just do this on my own. No, you can't. It's like, just because you have your driver's license doesn't mean you know how to operate the car as a mechanic and can fix the car yourself. So I think a lot of these clients have this perception like, I don't need a real estate agent, but you really do. And you need a really good one that is understand the market condition, the trends, the numbers, and not just the personality. Because I think a lot of these agents sell you on their personality, but they have no idea how to work it on the back end. There's so much more things to do when you are putting an offer on a house, the contracts, the negotiation. I mean, there's so much behind the scenes that most buyers, we don't tell you that, but there's so much more work behind the scenes than what a typical agent will go through. And not putting myself on a pedestal, but like the fact that I will go the full 9 yards for you, like go out of my way to explain things to you. And coming from a financial background, I can actually run down the numbers for you. So you are going to be working with a top lender, with an escrow officer, whoever it might be, because a lot of times they don't explain it to you until you sign the paper away, and by that time it's too late. So it's very important that you work with an agent and a lender that is going to guide you step by step and run the numbers like it's a business, ultimately. So.
Awesome, and I appreciate your insight there, because a lot of clients they really need to understand that, because you can, one little mistake on an agreement and you could cost yourself thousands of dollars or a lot of headaches. So
yeah, the contract is everything. I think people get emotional because you're buying a house, but the contract is everything, and you got to make sure if your agent is a newbie, if your agent doesn't understand a contract or outsource that, that's a dangerous game you're doing as a buyer, because that contract could come back bad, or not negotiation could come back bad and looks bad for you as a lender and me as an agent as well. So it's very important that we do that. So
awesome. Well, Stephen, that's all we had today. We're kind of running out of time here. I really wanted to thank you and appreciate you for coming in and, you know, being interviewed and answering all these questions for all the audience out there.